Here I'm coming to you live from my son's house up here in sunny Queensland. It's not really that sunny. In fact, it's kind of crappy weather. So I went down to the Gold Coast yesterday. So where I live in north central Victoria, it's a good 1600 kilometres up here. So it took me a couple of days to drive on up. Shot a couple of videos on the way. You'll see them in the not too distant future. Couple of announcements that have come up with some of the products that we do some videos on here on this channel. One of those is the Gopro Hero 9 update. That's something that we've been waiting for a bloody long time, and it really needed doing, well, way back then. That's the Gopro Hero 9, and if you used anything before the 9, you know that you could have used this microphone adapter. And when they came out, and the video, you've probably seen the video if you've got a GoPro and you're into this sort of thing. Well, now with the new update version 1.5, this now works with this, so it's about bloody time. So that's been resolved. It's also fixed a few other issues that GoPro have had with the Hero 9, but finally that damn thing's working. The big thing for you guys is the iPhone 12 Pros have that 14.3 where we shoot with the Pro RAW. That's now out and it's live and we can use it, so you can use it. You don't need to be on that partner program, you don't need to be part of that development team. Everyone has access to this now, so by all means get out there and who's that saying there? What's up, Shane? First one on here, yeah, g'day. So everyone now with the iPhone 12 Pro can jump on, update your software on that phone to 14.3. It does a host of other things as well, but you'll also get Pro RAW, and that's kind of a big deal. What else have I got to tell you guys about? Happy Thursday. I only brought the 12. You won't be able to do that. You can still upgrade to 14.3, but you won't be able to get the Pro RAW. The Pro RAW is the Pro part for the iPhone 12. The Pro RAW, Pro RAW. Pro phone, Pro RAW. I think that makes sense. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. So where I am is southeast Queensland. I went down to the Gold Coast yesterday and did my very first collaboration video with another YouTuber. And I've done, since starting this little journey of mine in April, I think it was, we did, I've done probably 80 odd videos for you guys showing you how to do different things with your phones and GoPros and all that sort of business. But yesterday was the very first time I've actually done a collaboration video with another YouTuber, and it was quite the experience. His name is Ralph Mayhew. I'll type it down the bottom in the description here when I finished up with this. But head over there, check out his channel. He started the same time I did. I think we started within a week of each other, and he honestly, he's so much better than what his sub count is. He does some really good videos. He's into photography. It's all about photography, just not the phone. He's doing it with actual cameras. So he's got to lug around all his kit and shoot videos that way. But he does some great videos. He gets all over the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast, I believe. But I've learned a fair bit from his channel as well. So if you're into that sort of thing and you want to see a bit of the Gold Coast, Ralph Mayhew, RALPHMAYHEW, I think it is, but I'll link it down the bottom here when we're done. We did a collaboration yesterday. We did a little bit of a long exposure, a Nikon full frame mirrorless camera versus my phone, and the results are pretty interesting. But that video will probably hit the ground here with you guys, so you can have a look at it probably in the new year. I'm probably not going to get a chance to edit that up before then, but it's definitely going to be worth watching. It was a pretty entertaining day for me. It was a very unusual day being with another YouTuber shooting a video. I'll share with you guys shortly a photo that I took just the other day. If you follow me on Facebook, you may have seen it. I'm not sure. I can't remember where I posted it. But my brother-in-law lives up here, and he restores Chevys. Bloody legend from the rainy UK. Well, I'm in sunny Gold Coast, and it's bloody raining too here. It's been crap weather the whole time I've been here. I had a list of videos that I wanted to shoot for you guys and show you a bit of the Gold Coast. G'day Ollie, and the rain has just been it's been shit. It's been bloody terrible. It rained that heavy you couldn't even have conversations with people sitting across the table from you. The rain was that hard. Lots of you Yankee guys on here. G'day guys. So my brother-in-law, he restores these Chevys and he's incredibly good at it. But I'll put a post on the community tab when I finish this. I should have put it on there before to show you. But the photo that I took with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it demonstrates how bad light pollution can affect a photo, but what you can still do when you've got light pollution. Where I shot this photo, a pretty big town was on the other side of the subject, which was the Chevy that I was shooting, and the light pollution in that, it was night, it was dark, pitch black, but if it was an astro photo, you'd say, oh, I've ruined the photo, it's no bloody good. But it was a little bit of cloud and the light from the town bounced off the cloud and it made for a really, really cool photo. So I'll post that onto the community tab here shortly. What else I want to talk to you guys about? You would have seen I put, can you capture the Milky Way during the winter? Well, that all depends on where you are. The Milky Way season is, generally speaking, is between March and November, and I believe that's everywhere. I believe that's northern southern hemisphere, just that we see things down here in the southern hemisphere, we see that galactic core upside down. So when we see the top of it, have you had a chance to? I did, but so we'll see the galactic core upside down to what you guys will see it, and Vicky Verka. But generally speaking, it's between March and November is when you're going to see that galactic core. So basically just wait till then and avoid the moon and do everything else that I've shown you in all the other videos, and you'll be able to capture it with the phones that we're using. I've done some astrophotography with the Pro Raw. In the video that I did about Pro Raw, no problem. The video I did about Pro Raw, what was that, versus the Pixel, that was an astro sort of thing, but the galactic core at this time of year is gone for us. It's finished. So come March, I'll hold on to all these phones that I've got at the moment, and once that galactic core comes back, I think that's really when the test, if you like, is going to be really relevant. We will put the Pixel against the iPhone. I've got a Samsung, was it S20 or something in the winds, to throw. I've actually got a lot of irons in the fires at the moment, guys, with different phones to test. A number of manufacturers have actually reached out, and that's bloody awesome. So I'll be able to show you guys that this phone does this and this phone does that. So with the night stuff that I do on this channel. So it's certainly growing and people are noticing, and it's all thanks to you guys, you bloody legends. What do I prefer? The Pixel versus the iPhone. It's not a dead set straight comparison. I think you've got to consider everything when you decide if you're going to buy a Pixel or buy an iPhone. I think that what I do on this channel is only a small part of what should be that decision-making process. I think, well, for me, I've got iPads. Portugal, g'day. I've got iPads. I edit everything on my iMac. So I live and work in a Mac environment, and it makes sense that I'm going to use an iPhone. If you're not stuck in that environment, well, you don't need to go with the iPhone. I think from a usability point of view, the Pixel 4a, I really like using that phone. It's a nice little phone. It's I went to Android a long time ago, and I only stayed there for a few months. I didn't like it. I didn't like how different everything was. And that was with a Samsung. And the Samsung was really full of bloatware. I didn't like how much crap that was on that phone, and I just got rid of it. I didn't get that with the Pixel though. The Pixel's a nice little phone, fits in your pocket well. I love the fact that it's got that fingerprint reader on the back. I think that's just sensational. But my environment is Apple. So getting things from the Pixel to the iMac was an absolute pain. Whereas with Mac, it just worked. So I think it just depends on you and what you use the phone for and where you are and what your environment is. I don't think that if we're just talking about the night photography with each of those phones, I think that the Pro Raw made a big difference. It's not, in my opinion, it's not as good as the Pixel, but it's so much better than what the iPhone used to be. Apps for photography with the iPhone, well, use the camera app. The camera app's as good as any. I get this question a fair bit. And the question was, what apps should I use for the iPhone for photography? And I belong on a few different Facebook groups, and we talk about one of the most common questions in those Facebook groups is what app should I use for photography? And my answer is usually the app won't make you a better photographer, and it won't. So when I teach people photography with proper cameras, you can go out and spend a bucket load of money on like a Sony A7 III. It doesn't make you a good photographer. It just doesn't. Your creativity, your composition rules, the storytelling that you have in that photography is what makes you a good photographer. You can go and, well, anyone who's a good photographer can go and get an iPhone 3 and take photos and make good photos. The gear doesn't make you a good photographer. The app doesn't make you a good photographer. The apps that I review, what we're doing on this channel with the dark stuff, well, you kind of need to push the phone, the camera on that phone a bit harder. So when I teach astrophotography with proper cameras, it's pretty rare, but it's the only genre of photography that I ever tell people the gear is holding you back. So if your phone can do manual photography, great. If it's a 11 or a 12 with the iPhone, well, it's going to shoot for a longer period of time, and it lets us capture those stars like it has in all the videos that I've shown you. Any other phone outside of that Apple ecosystem, well, as long as it can shoot manually, you can capture anything. I don't think an app makes you a better photographer. What else I want to talk to you guys about? Anything? There was nothing. I'm almost done. How long have we been going? 12 minutes. 12 minutes. That sounds like a 5-minute Friday to me. No worries, guys. Go and check out Ralph's channel. It's definitely worth it. If you've got a camera and you want to see a bit of the Gold Coast and things like that, from wherever you are in the States where it's probably snowing at the moment, go and check it out. It's definitely worth doing. Worth checking out. Have a frothy. Have a frothy. My God. You know some Australians, I guess. We don't drink Fosters, just in case you were wondering. I'll probably do a video on that, a bit of a humorous sort of video of the things that you think that we do that we actually really don't. All right, guys, that's it for today. I thought I'd do a live thing because I'm away from home. I've shot a heap of video while I've been on this trip, but you'll see that most of that in the new year. And I'll see you on Monday. On Monday, what I've actually got to show you guys, I meant to tell you this before, was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I did this presentation for an organization called NOVAC, Northern Virginia Astronomy Club, I think it's called. And that presentation that I did with these guys was just about, well, me, what led me to what I'm doing here, and how to do, well, this is a basic broad brush of astrophotography with a mobile phone, because that's, for those guys, that's how they, and everyone, if you get into astronomy and you get into astrophotography, what we're doing on this channel is pretty much the perfect starting place. It gives you that little bit of, I can take photos of stars with my phone, and if you want to get better and better and better, well, you're probably going to upgrade your kit more and more and more, but this is a nice little starting spot. So they asked me to go along and give a presentation, and I did that. They recorded it for me, and I've got that coming to you on Monday. All right. That's it, guys. That's all for me now, and I'll see you guys next week. Catch you later. Legends.